I feel like most of us have to work every day and grind just to stay in the same spot that we were in last year, working harder and just still not getting ahead. It feels like we're just working to not fall behind. And it's something wrong with that. And American people are fed up and at a breaking point. And I don't think people realize how close to the edge that we actually are right now, just as a society. Look around you. The tension in the air right now is so thick. Every single person that you pass on the street seem to have this look of stress in their eyes, stress and worry. People are drained and just burnt out and can't seem to get it right no matter what they do. And it's going to get much worse. It's going to get much worse before it gets any better because Americans are out of money. The savings from a few years ago completely gone. People are maxing out their credit cards just to buy gas and food to feed their families. And some of us are one flat tire or a surprise medical bill away from being on the street. And if you turn on the news right now, they'll tell you that everything is fine. They'll tell you that the economy is doing great. Unemployment is down. The market is up. Everything is moving in the right direction. But hold on, because I'm looking around and I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing people working two jobs, maybe even three, and they're still not making it. People are broke and burnt out, isolated, and just losing faith that anything is ever going to get better. But the scariest part is that we're not even at the worst part yet. There is someone right now trying to write a text to their landlord and just wondering how to explain that he'll need more time, maybe 2 weeks, to come up with the rent. There's also someone right now standing in a line at the grocery store, heart rate going up, as a cashier scans their items and they're deciding which items that they have to put back because they can't afford it. They can't afford the total. You're working 40 to 50 hours a week, maybe even running a side hustle on top of that, and still drowning in debt. So you look back at the television screen and you have to wonder, what country are you talking about? Because it's not the same one I'm living in. So when they tell me that the economy is doing great, I have to ask, great for who? Because it's definitely not the people that I'm talking to. And it's been going on for a long time. At this point, we're being gaslit. So there is a disconnect between what they're reporting and what people are actually going through right now. It's just not adding up because the numbers are telling a completely different story than what we're being sold on. Over half of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Regular working people who are doing everything right and still have nothing to show for it. It's nothing left at the end of the month. Housing is unaffordable for the average worker in almost every major city. It's just a lot of bad right now. I don't even know where to start. It's all happening at the same time, hitting people from every direction with absolutely nowhere to turn. And I understand that bad things have always happened, but they're happening so frequently now that a lot of us are witnessing this with our own two eyes. Life has never been a smooth ride. Economies go through cycles, recessions come and go. But what we're living through right now, I just don't think it's temporary. You see it at a pump. A full tank of gas is an entire day wage for some people. You also see it in the supermarket. I find myself putting gas in my car every other day. I don't drive much. My job is less than 25 miles away. Back when I started driving, gas was 89 cents a gallon. So I'm just sitting back watching all these changes happen. It's a lot of people looking around watching their neighbors struggle and wondering the exact same thing. Am I next? There's also this heaviness that people are feeling right now. Not just tired from working, but people are also tired of trying. Mental health is at an all time high, and anxiety is through the roof. The pressure is on. People are also snapping at one another in public, all over nothing, because they're already at their limit. You see it in the supermarket aisle. You watch an older person on a fixed income counting pennies for medication or soup. And we're being forced to normalize that. This is abnormal. People are becoming more desperate. Look around your community. People are doing things that they normally wouldn't do. They wouldn't dream of doing certain things. Take your neighbor down the street, for instance. A woman who spent her entire life just doing volunteer work for her community. She didn't wake up one day wanting to break the law. She became a shoplifter because she looked at her kids, looked at her empty cabinets, and realized she was out of options. So she chose a criminal record over watching her children go to bed hungry. People are skipping doctor's appointments. People are letting their cars run on bald tires, skipping meals, and pulling their kids out of basic activities just to keep the lights on. People are out here just trying to survive at this point and constantly trying to figure out how to turn $50 into $200. People are watching their hardworking neighbors lose their homes. They're watching their coworkers skip lunch because they can't afford to buy anything. So, as many of us witness this panic, you start looking at your own bank account and bills and wondering the exact same thing. Once again, is that going to be me? Am I next? Because if the guy with the engineering degree, he can't afford to buy a house, what chance do I have? If the family down the street who seems stable just had their car repossessed, how close am I to the edge? You know, I don't make videos like this to scare you. I make it because I just can't ignore a fire. That won't stop a house from burning down. But the shift is already here. Things are already bad. And you can feel it in the air whenever you walk out into a public space. There is tension. So we need to stop pretending that this is just a temporary rough patch. We need to start having honest conversations about what it actually takes to survive in this economy because it feels like it's designed to just empty out your bank account. So I just want you guys to take care of yourselves, check on people around you, even the ones who seem fine, because a lot of people out there are really good at pretending that they're okay. Look out for your neighbors because all we have is one another. And I thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, you got some value out of this, and I'll see you in the next one.